When my daughter was younger, I'd crawl into bed with her and lift her almost weightless body, placing her pale folds of skin into an imaginary hot dog bun. Then I'd get out the condiments and screw the imaginary tops off, relished mustard, ketchup, and mayo. She'd squirm in anticipation in a t-shirt so small I had to screw it onto her neck. I'd cover every inch of her stomach, thighs, skinny ankles, black-bottomed feet. When I was finished, I'd say, "I'm going to eat the whole thing," and she'd shriek while I devoured her with large kissing bites. Now that my daughter is 16, she won't let me kiss her anymore. Sometimes she'll let me stroke her thick red hair, other times she'll ask to lay with me in my room. But if I reach over to kiss her forehead, she recoils from me as if my lips might singe her skin. I went to Lindsay Wilson's mother's house in Vincenttown, New Jersey to learn how to kiss. Lindsay's mother was never home because she had just divorced the captain and was dating again. Lindsay had older boys she set up so we could have our very first makeout session. We were 14, they were 20. I had never kissed anyone other than my mother, who smelled like Pall Mall cigarettes, and my father. The boy led me to the fake fur sofa under the cracked bay window. He had long, stringy brown hair and was missing a front tooth. Everyone in Vincenttown was missing a front tooth and was just getting out of the Burlington County Jail. I closed my eyes when he leaned in, and he smelled like motor oil. I was shocked by how much of his tongue he put in my mouth. Then he seemed to put his whole mouth into my mouth, sucking on the inside of the cheeks, and I mean really sucking hard, my lips, my gums. And then he started sucking in my tongue. The sucking was loud and painful, and I had to endure it because I was the student. I could feel my own blood pooling in my mouth. I thought he would suck all of my childhood into him. But just the other night, I offered to take a friend's friend to a show because he didn't have a car, and in the show he started flirting with me. He was funny and whispered in my ear throughout the show in a British accent, a fake one, and kept telling me I was pretty. When I dropped him at his high-rise in Century City, he asked me up for tea to his mother's condo. She had just died weeks ago. And it was garish, with large green painting of herself in the narrow unlit hallway, and gold furniture and gold window coverings. It smelled musty of something long gone, not recently departed. We were watching his very funny short film, which he directed, when he leaned over and kissed me. His mouth reminded me of Rome, like smoking again. He tasted of tobacco and pot and green tea and grief. But I didn't want his grief. I could feel it all the way into the back of my throat when I pushed him off me. David Arthur Bachrach and I had long, sexy emails go back and forth for 6 months while my dad was sick. He was lovely, supportive, witty. But when we got together in New York, he became pompous and arrogant, nothing like his warm emails. He told the waiter at the Indian restaurant to learn English when they weren't communicating well, and then followed up with, "Hey, you live in America, man." There was a long silence. David looked at me and said, "I blew it, didn't I?" "Yeah, you blew it." But he couldn't stop himself. He was like a train wreck of a date. He walked me through Soho toward the subway entrance when he grabbed me in front of Cornelia Street Cafe and kissed me. But it wasn't really a kiss. He took his tongue and licked my right jawbone all the way up to the corner of my right eye like a dog. Then he started sucking on my eyelid, taking my mascara off with his saliva. It is only a legend and not true that the Eskimos have many words for snow, and that the Zulu tribe have many words for green. But there should be many words for kisses in any language, because there are so many variations. Kisses of sorrow, kisses of delight. There are long, slow kisses that lead to orgasm, and exhausted kisses for after the orgasm. There are kisses of goodbye that linger like the last red leaf on the giant oak. There are kisses that are like the bud slowly opening on a lily. The kisses we never have are the most legendary of all. The ones we dream when we wake up, our mouths tasting something that isn't there yet and may never be. When my father was dying, he had MRSA, and the nurses made us wear masks and gloves into his room and wouldn't let us touch him. After 5 days, I took the mask off and started kissing his scaly forehead with my lips, his cracked, dry lips, and holding his hands anyway with my bare ones. Soon I was sharing his highly contagious bed, hip to hip. I didn't care. I couldn't treat my father as a leper in his final days. I remember each time I left him leaning over his metal hospital bed, my stomach squished by the railing, I'd kiss him like a baby. Tiny kisses covering all of his falling face. And when I kissed him, he made small purring noises, leaning his chin toward me. I remember the smell of his decay. It was musty like rusty water. I'd have turned him into a human hot dog if his frail body was stronger, and lifted him into a warm bun, taken every inch of him inside of me, first with ketchup and my father's favorite condiment of all, horseradish. I'd have covered him in horseradish and swallowed him whole, so I'd never have to say goodbye.